Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about the new Huda Beauty Mercury in Retrograde eyeshadow palette, and we'll be looking at swatches and my thoughts on this palette in general and the release, including the brushes. But first, if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. As always, I do monthly giveaways for my subscribers only, and once you've subscribed and given me a way to contact you, you're automatically entered each month. So moving on, so Huda came out with a new eyeshadow palette called the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. This eyeshadow palette is set to be released on October 26th, and this is the promo video. So first I want to talk about what I like about this eyeshadow palette, and the number one thing I like is that she is not afraid to step outside the box and introduce more colors, and even though this palette kind of reminds me of the Desert Dusk palette, they even had a retrograde shade on the right hand side. I still like how she's introducing blues and greens, and it's not really a rainbow eyeshadow palette either. Now historically her bigger pans have had better formulas, so I'm hoping the formula is like the new nude palette that came out last year, because I thought that was one of my favorite palettes. I like how the texture looks very similar, but I can't say for sure, and I hope it's nothing like her minis, like for example the green neon mini that came out last year, which was a disappointment. Now it does look like we have some repeat browns and mauves from the past, but I do like that she has some teals and purples, and the names are Cosmic 2, Cosmic, Utopia, Ultraviolet, Nebula, Mercury, Haze, Off Balance, Galaxy, Libra, and I'm noticing they're making their swatches look less consistent along 3 different skin tones. Another thing this palette comes with is a makeup brush set that you can buy, which is also called Mercury Retrograde, and it's a 3-piece eye brush set that comes with a pencil case or a brush case. So they're selling it as a package or individually that you can buy with that eyeshadow palette. That brush set doesn't really speak so much to me. It's if you own a lot of brushes, as much as I do at least, I don't think it's worth it. But what's interesting is that one of the brushes has a side that will be good for glitter shades, and it's a glitter applicator. So if you don't own one of those, then might be a good investment for you. So this palette kind of reminds me of the new ABH Carly Bible palette that came out a couple of weeks ago, as far as having purples, blues, and neutral pinks in there. However, what sets it aside from Carly Bible is that turquoisey color, especially yes, that one turquoisey color that really sets this palette aside, and teal color that makes it different from the Carly Bible palette. And also there's like a matte lilac in here that didn't exist in the Carly Bible palette. So I'm excited to see this palette in person. Now the promo video kind of reminds me of the Katy Perry E.T. Kanye West music video, where they had the whole filming in outer space, and this time Huda has opted for a intergalactic outer space kind of look, and with all the foil, and but I do like that she didn't paint her face blue or anything like that. And so Mercury retrograde, let's talk about that for a little bit. So 3 or 4 times a year planet Mercury is set to go into retrograde. That is to say, it moves in the opposite direction of the Earth, and it's basically the appearance of things moving backwards. So it's just, it appears that because Mercury is moving slower than the Earth, it's causing the illusion that it's moving in retrograde. So it's funny that they named this Mercury retrograde, because part of getting through Mercury retrograde is stopping yourself from making impulsive decisions like shopping or making a big purchase. So I think it's funny that this is being used as a marketing tool, because it kind of makes you wonder, are you making an impulsive decision or not to buy this palette based off of, let's say, promos or some YouTuber telling you, okay, this is time to buy this palette right now. I always say make sure you can at least see a palette in person before you commit to buying it, and going through the possible disappointment of whether or not something is going to work out for you or not. Now, with that being said, when I look at this palette, I do see a lot of shades that I already own, like For example, the ones on the right here, like I said, I already own these and I've seen these in many palettes, and I'm sure maybe a lot of you already own these neutral rose gold shades. Like I said, the difference is only a few of those bluish green shades, and particularly that one turquoisey shade. So retrograde might be a good time to receive. Maybe you already had that in your Tarte collection palette or in your ColourPop collection palette, or maybe you bought the new Norvina and you realize, oh, it had that really nice teal color in it. So again, I just want to make sure that that I'm getting the message across, is that don't make an impulse buy for any purchase in particular, and especially not one that has a warning right on it for Mercury retrograde, which is essentially a good time to avoid making impulse decisions, impulse shopping, and making big purchases or big decisions in general. So I'm excited to see it in person, to see what the quality is really like and if it lives up to the hype or not. But for now, I don't recommend it until I see it in person. And I'm just glad that she is stepping outside the box and doing something a little bit different. I'm glad she's not giving us a rainbow palette or a blue palette, which is not necessarily flattering, or even like a all green palette, and she still realizes what is a flattering skin tone color in general. So I'm grateful for that. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought, and as always, thank you so much again for watching, and I hope you can subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.